Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Sal, your pal, here with another video. So I stumbled on this new game. It's not really a game. It's only a demo right now, but it's called Dead Zone Rogue. And it's like a roguelike first-person shooter in space. And it's a lot like Borderlands 2, but more mixed with like Halo and Dead Space and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I don't know much about the developer of this game. Their last game, Tribes 3, looked like a top-notch shooter. I can tell they took a lot of assets from that game and spun it off into original game. And this is the result. The vibes are a lot like Returnal, but with more dark sci-fi elements and a very slick presentation. On high settings, this game looks very clean and plays how I feel like a shooter on PC should. And I've already spent many hours running through this demo already, and I wanted to make a video about it because I can't remember when a PC shooter has gripped me this much. Borderlands 2 is one of the most timeless looter shooter games to come out in the last decade. Every looter shooter game since Borderlands 2 has taken a lot of inspiration, including games like Destiny. And I mean, it's a great formula and it's unproportionately addictive. Guns with random stats, effects, element systems, random unique encounters, but at the core of all of it, the shooting mechanics just work. And I can say the same for this game. The game has very, very tight shooting mechanics. The game offers a lot of graphical enhancements like ray tracing and higher resolutions, but I like to keep everything on low settings, which makes the game run really, really smooth. It makes the gameplay really, really fast. So the past week I got snowed into my house and I literally played this demo for hours on end, straight up to the point where I went partially blind in my right eye. Now I don't recommend this, and neither does the developer, I would hope, but I can't remember the last game I did this with. The game isn't finished. They just released a free demo. I actually found out about this demo from an obnoxious YouTube ad.
It's time to go deep.
What?
Deeper than you've ever gone before.
Huh?
Brace yourself because things get tight in here.
What? I'm really hopeful for this project, and I will definitely be getting the game when it finally releases. All I really had to see was a short, small clip of it and the word free, and I went straight to download it. So the demo is only the first zone of the game, but it will take you hours to figure out every enemy and get through it. And I'm still collecting the purple currency from every run to try and unlock everything. It's a pretty good deal for a free demo. This reminds me of the time when the Nintendo Switch first released, and they put this Tetris demo that let you play like the game of Tetris for free. So a lot of people just downloaded the demo of the Tetris and just played the demo because it was just, you know, Tetris. And I feel the same way with this demo. I feel like I just downloaded a free shooter game. So thank you, sir. And you can get a lot of enjoyment of trying to finish the first zone on every difficulty and also unlocking all the perks. Later difficulty levels can get very sweaty, dogs. Stay tuned for some pro tips at the end of the video, but here's one for now.
I'd tell them, look, you just gotta try harder not to suck.
Like I said, it takes all the best inspiration from games like Borderlands 2 with random guns, the gear system from Destiny, and it's a roguelike, so every time you enter a room, it's different. And I like how the game lets you start off any room in stealth mode, which means you can look around the room and decide how you want to approach the enemies in the room, which is pretty cool. You enter invisible to them and you can decide how you want to approach it. This doesn't really matter for the first few rooms, but later on you will have to be more strategic in how you move through this game and using cover as much as you can. Also prioritizing certain enemy types and figuring out how they're gonna come at you, and it's just a good time. The themes of the rooms also change as you go. Later rooms put you on platforms where you need to maneuver in order to survive, while also shooting approaching enemies. There's a lot to take account of, and I mean, at some points it feels like I'm rubbing my stomach and patting my head at the same time, but it's a good time. There are different perks you can equip after you clear each room, which are also random rolls. My favorite ones are the ones that increase your reload speed, increase damage shooting enemies while aiming down sights, and there are also different elements that can affect the enemies. Later on, guns come equipped with either shock, burn, frost, or void, which is literally taken straight out of Borderlands, but that's fine. So part of my strategy is to specifically boost only a certain element, and let's say like I get a gun that's not the element I want, I can re-roll the effects of it at the safe houses using the currency, so I can always try to make things work for the run. Eventually, once you run through the demo a few times, you get an idea of like what the bosses and the boss rooms are about and what guns are most effective in certain situations, and there's a lot of things to keep in mind. After a few runs, it is easy to understand where you are lacking and where you need improvement because the game is very unforgiving. I like being challenged, and I feel like every time I fail in this game, it's completely my fault or there's some kind of oversight I made. The game gives you so much leeway on how much attention you decide to give it, which makes it very engrossing. The game currently has no release date. I'm just learning about it the same time as everyone else. I hope they release details soon. I'm literally happier than a pig in shit trying to play through the demo on all different difficulty settings. So like, I don't really care. Like, this demo is good enough for me right now. And there's like these purple Triforce looking items that you can use to permanently upgrade stats across the runs. I'm still trying to get all of those too. I'm having a great time. I hope all this stuff carries over to the final game. It also has co-op if you have a Epic Games account. I would love to try that soon. Thanks for watching. This is not like the kind of content I usually put out, but I just been so hooked on this game, I want to make a video about it.
Pro tips for you.
And oh yeah, the pro tips.
Pro tip number 1.
So you can carry barrels from one room to the other. So like you can finish a room, pick up a barrel and take it with you, like you're Donkey Kong or something.
Pro tip number 2.
You might want to find a light machine gun to get past the first boss, and then you're definitely gonna have to just not suck at the game.
Pro tip number 3.
Do not get back with your ex-girlfriend. Just keep moving on, brother.
Pro tip number 4.
Like, why are you still watching?
I'd tell them, look, you just got to try harder not to suck.
I'm having a great time.
Try harder not to suck. I mean,
I'm regressing.